Okay. All right.
I need tea.
We both have glasses of tea here. A lot of delicious warm tea that we just made. What music have you been listening to lately?
Metal.
Same.
The Alkaline Trio.
I don't know if that...
It's not.
That doesn't classify as metal.
Yeah. Now, I listened to like 3 albums full the way through, which we talked about a little bit beforehand, of Miss May I, 100 Suns, and another one that I already forgot.
Yeah.
But
I think I've heard of 100 Suns, but I don't know if I've listened to them. I'm pretty sure you showed me them
I've
before,
played
though.
them before. I've at least played one song.
Right.
But, man, I don't know. My music goes so whack most of the time, where it's just like...
The, like, last week when we were hanging out with Brian, it was, like, all hip-hop and rap was your Spotify.
And then sort of in between that, I went on a,
like an
synthwave.
Yeah. And then after that was like an industrial binge.
And then I'm on metal.
Right.
Like, I listened to so much different stuff. Like, when Brian was over, it was a lot of Sophie. And then it kind of switched up again. So my music goes through way too much.
Right.
To say, like, what I've been listening to. So I can say, like, yesterday, but that's pretty much it.
I've been listening to a lot of Drowned God. I've been getting a lot of math rock. A lot of mathcore, shoegaze, like, albums on vinyl lately, like Callous Cowboys. And recently I've been getting into Parting Gift. Black metal shoegaze has been, like, the flavor of the month for me at the moment.
Yeah.
I've been, like, listening to a lot of that. I haven't checked out my Discover Weekly.
I have not checked out mine either.
Yeah, so I don't know what I'm going to get this
Although
time.
my last couple sucked. So...
Dude, the last one that I had was dog shit.
Yeah, they've been hot garbage for me. So I'm hoping this one's a little bit better.
I'm hoping as well, because I'm losing faith, because every week it keeps getting a little bit worse.
Yeah, and I feel like that's obviously my fault, because I keep listening to shitty music every once in a while. But, like, yeah.
Hey, welcome everybody back to the CoffeeCast, competitive CoffeeCast. I am your host, Lots of Latte.
I'm Indigo.
He is Indigo. You're gonna see the wrong tag on the image
because I don't use Twitter.
Because, well, not only that, but holy shit, like, how long has it been? It's been, I think, almost 4 months or something like that.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, since
it.
No, at least.
No, it's been.
That would have been like 5 or 6 months. Yeah.
Yeah, like 5.
Yeah, it's been like 5 months since the last podcast. We were talking about this before we did it. I think we're just gonna start doing these, like, off the bat. Like, we're just like, if we're feeling it, just fucking do it. Like, right at that moment, don't think about it.
Yeah.
Because it's always easier.
We started this just because we were having a conversation, so we just turned on the microphone.
Yeah, pretty much.
And told the other people in the room to fucking skedaddle.
The other people being my wife.
Yeah. Told her to leave for the boys.
Cracking cold. Saturdays are days for the boys, even though it's
Monday.
A Monday, yeah. We've been meaning to do this for like a really long time, but we were talking about this before. But on that original podcast, we were talking about how busy the past few months had been, and that was in May, and we just did not realize that it was going to get even busier than that.
And it still hasn't quite stopped.
This has been the 1 week where
we don't have anything to do.
Where I've felt like I've gotten to be able to chill out for a second, because college has been driving me crazy.
Yeah.
There's a lot of life events that have been coming up. We're still playing fighting games, though. We play fighting games all the fucking time. We did play the new Sam Show,
which is quickly becoming one of my favorite fighting games.
It's
of all
slapping.
Time.
It's slapping. It's one of my favorites.
It's really fucking good.
Evo has already passed by. I'm super excited about Uniclear, which, by the way, since we were going to make a podcast after Evo. Well, actually, we were going to make a podcast after ComboBreaker, and then we missed on that, and then we were going to talk about Evo. Evo was an amazing tourney.
Evo was so good this year.
Tekken was fucking incredible this year.
Yeah.
For sure. And Under Night was like one of my favorite brackets, but I don't think there was a single bracket I didn't
Street Fighter
enjoy.
was really fucking good this year.
Yeah, it was. I think the only one was the one that I was like predicting. I was like, please let it be good. Like Smash Ultimate was not as
Ultimate
great.
was not great.
Yeah.
I did stay up and watch it for the finale. It's not a finale game. I acknowledge why they do finale games because it's like cool, but it also like timing and stuff matters. And Smash Ultimate's not the game you would at the end.
I think it would have been a lot different if Tweak would have won.
Yeah.
Like I think if Tweak won, I think that turning would have been a lot more hype. But MK Leo had to pull out the Joker
MK
and
Leo's just
clown.
fucking insane.
Yeah.
So
just clowned all over. Because Tweak's Ivysaur was like awesome to watch.
It was as a known Pokemon trainer hater. Tweak's Ivysaur was pretty dope.
I was more sad that Light didn't make it very far because his Fox was fucking showing off.
Yeah, so
it was really good.
To preface this also, Latte's not seen a lot of like good Smash Ultimate, so when he does, a lot of this stuff's new to him, and he had never seen movement like Light does.
Right.
Because Light is all about movement and spacing, and he's so hyper aggressive that he had never seen shit like that.
It was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, which it's still Light is great because he's still fun to watch as someone who has seen a lot of that.
Right.
Because he's the best at it.
Right. So
yeah.
Evo was pretty fun this year. I watched a bit of ComboBreaker back when Indigo went to that.
I watched a lot of ComboBreaker for obvious reasons. I was there.
How was that? How was ComboBreaker? I know it was a while ago.
It was a while ago, but I can say it was great. It was fucking awesome. I woke up like every day at 6 a.m. and then went to sleep at like 2 a.m. Like I was on my grind.
Right.
I got to meet Theo again, which is I honestly don't know why he was. I think he was only there one day, and I don't know why, but Theo was there one day. I got to talk to him. That was cool. I hope I'm thinking of ComboBreaker and I'm being a dumbass and thinking of a different regional or something, but I did get to talk to Theo again pretty recently.
Right.
Which is always cool because he's way better than me, so
I know,
getting to actually see him is nice.
Right. I know you got to, back before Sam Show came out,
I got to try it.
You got to try it quite a bit.
I got to say how fucking awesome it was.
Yeah.
I got to take a picture of myself under a sign at Culver's. Yeah, that's what.
Right.
Culver's that said "Hello Gamers." No, but it was cool, and yeah, it was just a nice experience. It was much more casual tournament. I bought a bunch of stuff for my stick.
Oh yeah, you bought like a bunch of awesome Korean parts, and I switched that shit in like as soon as you got home.
Yeah, I brought actually a decent chunk of my tools so I could work on sticks while I was there, which I did quite a bit of. I was actually at the Paradise Arcade booth working on sticks and stuff.
That's so cool, man.
But no, it was cool. There was a room dedicated to classic arcade fighters, which was actual machines. And I brought my friend Will, and he had never played on stuff like that, so that was fun.
That's awesome.
But no, it was dope. I played. I wish I had entered more because the stuff I did enter was more of a joke. Just because I didn't have funds at the time. But in like when I was playing the more off bracket stuff, I was playing out of my mind. So I kind of wish I had entered.
Right.
But yeah, it was dope. It was cool to be there for just a few days.
For me personally, I've never been to a major, so
you've never been to a national.
So you going to that like inspired me to want to go to one day, because that's kind of something on my like fighting game bucket list that I haven't really checked off, is going to like a major. Like we've talked about many times about going to Evo together.
Yeah.
Or like maybe like DreamHack or
CEO would be a cool one.
Actually, if I could choose one tourney to go to, it would either be ComboBreaker or CEO.
Those are the two I would heavily recommend. I would recommend Evo just because Evo. But if you're just like a person that wants to try a national for more than the sake of playing the games, CEO or ComboBreaker, you can't go wrong.
Well,
They're both great.
Not only that, but CEO. From what CEO just happened recently, didn't it? I didn't get to see it because I haven't been paying attention.
I have not been able to see it either.
Right, but CEO typically like brings in all the funky, weird games. Like they have like a shit ton of brackets, and it's always really fun to watch. And I would love to be a part of that.
ComboBreaker does that to a lesser extent.
Right. ComboBreaker did have Marvel 3, I think.
ComboBreaker did have Marvel 3, yeah. I did get to play some Marvel 3. I met my boy Eli, for those who like
Eli
Street Fighter.
Curry.
Eli the Curry, that's my
boy.
That's my dog. Still Indiana at heart, and I love him.
That guy inspired me to keep playing
Marvel.
Captain America.
Yeah.
In Marvel 3.
But it was super cool to see him again since he's in Cali nowadays.
Right.
It was honestly just cool to catch up with people. There were even people like from Indiana that it just hasn't seen in so long. So
God, I couldn't even imagine like all the people that I haven't seen in such a long time.
I know, dude.
Like,
you haven't seen like Dom or David or Esteban, any of those.
Oh my God, I haven't seen Esteban in years.
I drove. We were there. Yeah. That was the carpool. Was me, Esteban, and Will. Man, it was great. I got to
play that guy.
Share a hotel room with Esam for a bit. He's fucking weird.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling me about that. Yeah.
Esam's whack, but I love him. But yeah, it was fun. It was a fun time.
So the reason we brought this up, has there been any other fighting games that we've played since? Because we gotta kind of play catch up because it's been a few months. We've played My Hero One's Justice. We actually have 2 anime fighters that we've played recently. We played.
Would Power Rangers be Afterhand? Did we play that after?
Actually, you know what? I think we did play Power Rangers after that podcast.
Yeah, I think that was after.
That game's alright.
That game's got a lot of potential. I want to see them make something larger scale if they can. I understand companies usually can't.
We need to play,
but it is cool.
The new update that's been coming out.
It is cool though. It's a really cool game.
It's pretty fun. It has the same problem that most of the games that are Marvel like that I try to play is like I would rather just be playing Marvel.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Because recently a beta for a fighting game called Sonic SmackDown, which you have not played yet,
I have.
Which Wooly just uploaded a video on that. A really fun game with really good gameplay, but at the same time, I'd just rather be playing Marvel for those physics.
Yeah.
And honestly, Power Rangers is pretty similar to that for me.
Yeah, same for me.
We played a couple of arena fighters that have came out recently. Well, one of them is a little older and one of them is brand new. We played My Hero's One's Justice, which is surprisingly pretty fucking great.
Surprisingly, just a really, really good arena fighter.
Yeah, for me personally, I mean, I have very different fighting game tastes from Indigo, but My Hero would probably go in like my top 20, maybe, as far as my favorite fighting games.
I think it would go in my top 10, because I have to separate it because I am such a try-hard, sweaty little bitch.
Right.
But I would, like, it's definitely like top 5 to top 10 casual fighting games.
Oh yeah, as a casual fighter,
it's
definitely.
top 5.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
because it's one of those games that you can pop in with
and
friends,
just have so much fun.
Yeah,
even with people who don't even know anything about fighting games. Like,
exactly.
We were over at our friend's house and they bought it as we were leaving because they were just enjoying it.
Yeah,
and I have played it with them online since.
Yeah,
so it's like it's cool.
We've had a shit ton of fun with My Heroes One's Justice. We'll probably. I think it's very likely that whenever we get a capture card, we will probably record that game.
Which, we're a middle-class white family, so Christmas probably.
Whenever I'm ready to drop like $160 on it.
Yeah, pretty much. Whenever I'm ready to drop that kind of money.
Yeah.
Which is definitely not right now.
Not at the moment, but soon.
But soon, yeah, relatively soon. I say that as a joke, but I'd say by the end of the year we'll have one. Yeah. I think we will have one by next year.
We also played Kill la Kill IF,
which sucked a dick. I have stronger feelings about it than you do.
Yeah, I mean, well, the difference between it is like you have such definitive feelings about fighting games, whereas I sit on the fence of like, if it's got potential, I can see myself enjoying it. And I sat through and played through all the story mode of it or whatever to unlock all the shit. So I kind of grew a weird attachment to it. But going back and actually playing it, it's like it has interesting movement. It has interesting combos, but the entire time I was playing, I was like, I would just much rather be playing One's Justice right now because it's just so boring and there's like nothing you can fucking do with those characters, and it just gets old like really fast, especially when there's like 8 characters, something like that.
Me and Brian essentially played each character once and then stopped playing, and I've had no desire to play it again.
Oh yeah, I haven't even touched it.
It's like a cool shelf item,
right?
And granted, I'm glad Kill la Kill got a fighting game. I'm not glad it got, in my opinion, a really bad one.
Yeah, it could have been better.
It could have.
I trust that maybe the developer that Ark went through could maybe do something better next time.
I think they could. I think they were probably newer. It was probably a B team, and it's just like, hey, we got this cool IP for you to sort of test the waters. Like, that's what that game feels like.
It's hard for arena fighters because for the longest time, Ultimate Ninja Storm 2, that was like the poster child. Like, that was the standard.
But now there's such a huge influx and variety of games.
But every game gets specifically compared to that one every single time because CyberConnect 2 did such a good job with it. Personally, for me, I think One's Justice actually ended up surpassing it.
I think it's my favorite of all the arena
for
games.
Sure. But Kill la Kill was like, it's almost there, but Ultimate Ninja Storm has like just some mechanics that are just way more interesting.
Yeah.
It's like missing a lot.
It's one of those. I wish developers. Kill la Kill is a game that I feel like that could benefit from this spot. I wish developers would sort of let the games break and don't harp on them being so clean. And that ties into even just like regular fighting games. Like, that's my biggest issue with Dragon Ball is they keep wanting it to be a clean game. Yeah, there's too many times where I'll play a game like Kill la Kill and even Dragon Ball, like you're saying, or fucking Crosstag is a horrible example of this where I'm just like, God, this works too well.
I'm like one frame away from linking this move and making this combo even longer.
But the company said I don't get to do that.
Yeah, the game pretty much decides you're not allowed to have that.
And it's like, no, I sometimes, especially in games like that, dude, sometimes an OTG after they've been sitting on the ground for 5 seconds is still cool.
Marvel 3 is amazing for that.
Marvel 3, again, it's just like, dude, which even, I mean, Infinite's good for that too. Just like, people need to quit harping on it and just let the game break.
I would definitely say personally, like, Gekito Ninja Tyson 4, Tekken.
I played that at ComboBreaker in tournament.
Oh yeah, I remember you talking about that. Yeah,
that was a fun one.
Tekken 7, Under Night, Fighting Herds, Skullgirls, and Marvel 3/Marvel Infinite. They all have really good systems for combos because if you can link it,
it's so much freestyle.
It's super freestyle, like so much freeform, and I'm
honestly anything built with the Skullgirls engine is very freeform and fun.
Hell yeah!
I got to talk to the devs of. I forgot about this. I got to talk to the devs of Fighting Herds.
Yeah, I remember.
That was really cool. It was sort of.
Right there.
It was fun to like open my eyes to what the heck the devs are thinking. Compared to what a player is thinking, to someone who like actually does like the game, because obviously most of what they saw was people who hadn't played it,
right?
Whereas we have had that game since like closed beta, so it was cool to talk to them and just see like the two different sides of what I want out of a game, even if I do like the game, and what they need to get out of a game for it to be considered good.
That's so interesting that you say that because they just released like someone just released like a documentary recently, and they just talked about like that exact same thing too.
Yeah, because I talk about letting the game break, but companies have standards, and like people can lose their jobs for doing that.
Right.
And certain games, granted, that has its place. Like certain games, like Street Fighter, don't let that break. Keep that as clean and cut as possible. Don't ever let Street Fighter just become one of those, because it'll suck.
I don't think a casual turbo mode would hurt.
I don't think so either. I think that if they made like an ultra, like an Omega mode for Street Fighter 5 would
mystery
be cool.
mod that you showed me, that is some shit that I wish was in Street Fighter.
It's like when they came out with Omega where everyone was just broken.
Right.
It's like all the ideas that got scrapped. It was fun. It wasn't competitive and it wasn't fair. Certain characters were literally unbeatable.
Right.
I.e. DiCaprio. She was just insane.
Fucking DiCaprio.
She had non-charge invisible fireballs.
I would love for DiCaprio to make it back in the Street Fighter.
It'd be cool. I love
that character.
My girl Poison got in. Happy.
I really dig her dress outfit.
I know you do.
That's my favorite.
I like the police outfit.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
She
has good outfits, man. She has a dick.
She does have really good outfits.
She has Weenie Pecker. No, but I always play, if I can get the chance, I'll play her or Hugo, so it's cool to see her back.
Right.
Whether it's Third Strike, I played Hugo. In 4, I played both Hugo and Poison. In 5, now I'm playing Poison. Like, I'll always play one of the two if I get the chance.
Mm-hmm.
So that's cool. But, yeah, sometimes I think there's a balance to letting the game break. Like, I feel like, again, Dragon Ball could let it break to no extent, and people would be so happy. If that game just didn't work sometimes.
Honestly, I think that if there were even times, in my own combo video where I had to kind of take things back a little bit and be like, I can't pull off this thing that I want to. I have to find a different way around it for it to finally work.
You don't want that.
And it worked, but it could have been so much more impressive, I guess.
Yeah, and sometimes it's worth it just to style for the lesser combo.
Though, to be fair, it's a little unfair. I don't know. It depends on the type of fighting game, because it's a little unfair to compare, like, cross tag and DBZ to like Tekken and Gekito, because those are weighted specific fighters, which is more conducive to kind of getting crazy. Well, with the combo
but you say
shit.
that, but so is Skullgirls.
You see, that's what I'm thinking too.
Skullgirls
like,
also has a weight engine for combos.
Yeah, and Fighting Herds as well.
They use a weight engine for combos as well.
Right. I feel like more fighting games in general should have that.
Yeah, a weight engine instead of like a hit marker or a hit stun.
Under Night doesn't have a weight.
It has a hit stun engine that's done well though.
It does.
It's hard to do that.
It is done well.
They got that. They got that done well. Games like Blaze Blue have done it pretty bad in past iterations.
Yeah, fucking confirming in Blaze Blue is annoying as shit.
Yeah, it's really weird.
That's always going to be my thing about Under Night is just, and I've talked about this to everybody, is like the mission mode. Not a lot of people know that the mission mode in Under Night is they aren't like sequenced combos like Blaze Blue or Guilty Gear. Like those are combos in the game that were mechanically made to be played that way.
These are like openers and enders.
They're almost like suggestions.
Yeah,
for combos.
You're supposed to mess with them a lot.
Yeah, because there's like you can fuck around with the roots like so much. I've started maining Mika, and I've done like a ton of shit that like wasn't even in the mission mode.
But what's nice about their mission mode too is if you go off the rails and do a bunch of shit in between, you still get it.
You still get it.
Yeah, it's still complete.
I've done that multiple times, and that sort of freestyle is what always really excites me.
It's just like it's like a cliff notes. You're supposed to write the rest of the combo.
Right. Actually, what was another? Killer Instinct was really similar to that as well, wasn't it?
Killer Instinct.
Yeah.
I love that game. We need another one.
We do need a new Killer Instinct game, honestly. We should just get Killer Instinct 2 by this point. I'm surprised.
I know, we should get, like, Killer Instinct, like, 2, like, the second of the reboot.
Didn't Killer Instinct end with, like, 30 characters or something like that?
It's got a big roster. I don't know the
it's a really big
equivalent. Roster. And every character's so unique and fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean... And I say unique and fun, and people can be like, oh, but Shin Hisako. What about Kilgore? And it's like, yes, they're clones. But play both of them back to back and tell me
they are very different.
Tell me you don't have a different kind of fun with each
Kilgore is totally different.
Yeah, and so is Shin Hisako. They're very different characters. Do they need to exist? No, neither did Shadow Jago in the original game. But it was dope to get him. Sometimes just unlocking an extra version of a character is enough for it to exist.
I personally don't mind clone characters too much as long as they're like changed up enough.
Yeah.
Like Ken has always been my personal pick over Ryu. Like when I played.
Yeah, because they're slightly different enough. Granted, they've become more and more different over time. Like Street Fighter V Ken is like a whole new character.
Yeah. Every time I talk about like the Shotos and what characters can make it in Street Fighter V, I always go back to how I want Sean, like, to
I know, I want Sean too. I really want him to come back. I think we're super in the minority on that, but Sean would be really cool.
I feel like they could come up with such cool moves for him.
With basketball sets,
yeah. Completely change up the way he originally played. Yeah.
Yeah, they could rework him to completely... I mean, they did with Poison. She doesn't even have a fireball.
Right.
Like... She's completely
Jury
different.
is very different from...
Jury is also very different. She's like the same base character, but she plays very different.
Yeah.
She's a combo character and a mix-up character at this point instead of kind of lame.
She's also like a projectile character almost.
She is super projectile heavy.
You
store all your projectiles, which you did before, but in a different way. Like you didn't store them for the sake of using them within the next 10 seconds.
Right.
So stuff like that, I wish they would kind of go off the rails.
I don't know if we've played any other new fighting games that if any have came out, and I don't know. The only ones I can think of that are coming out is going to be Guilty Gear 2020,
which we listened to the theme song on repeat,
dude,
a lot. It's a banger.
I'm almost more excited about the theme
Full
song than the game itself.
I don't care about the release date anymore. I just want the release date trailer so they can release the full song.
Actually, they did release the Axl Lowe trailer recently.
Yeah,
he looks so good.
All the character reworks look really good.
Yeah. They look Axl has literally never looked this good.
Yeah, and if you look at the comparisons, like it kind of in animation looks very similar. If you look at them like side to side, this game looks so beautiful.
It does, right? I've seen people who have compared like Soul's combos in the trailer to his combos in Exert.
This game looks so good.
Yeah, dude, it's actually kind of insane how beautiful this game looks. So.
Which was crazy because GG was already one of the prettiest fighting games in existence.
I'm really looking forward to this game.
I am too.
I'm hoping it's going to be a whole lot of fun. We are getting a demo at some point.
We are, yeah.
So, I don't know if that's going to be like a local demo or if you're going to be able to get that on PS4.
Yeah, I don't know.
I also heard news that PlayStation has officially allowed open crossplay network on their network.
Finally.
Only
took them ever.
I think Max made a video on this, but he said one thing that resonated with me, and that was if companies like Guilty Gear 2020 is the newest fighting game that's going to be coming out within the next year. If companies do not utilize crossplay network, there is no excuse anymore. Yep. Because that shit is completely open for them to do now.
And it's from what literal companies have said, easy as pie to actually implement.
So
do it.
Our Arc system works.
Do it.
They just gotta fucking do it. Yeah. They just gotta let us have it. I cannot tell you how many games, because it's becoming an actual problem. It wasn't a problem before for me because it was like no brainer. I'm gonna pick up the game on PS4, and that's where most of the people are.
But that's when PS4 was the only good system.
Well, now that the Switch is out, and I'm like, shit, I can play my fighting games portable.
And I play most of my stuff on Xbox because Game Pass is so good.
Exactly.
And then now you have a computer, so we're also buying games on Steam.
Yeah, I've started getting games on PC as well
for the sake of it being on computer.
Now it's like, well, shit, now I actually really need crossplay to be a thing, or else I have nobody to play with.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that's going to be the case.
Yeah, because it wasn't a factor in what system we bought it on before, because everyone was going to have it on PS4. But now, we don't know. A lot of people are going to buy it on Switch. A lot of people are going to buy it on PC, PS4, Xbox, whatever else you want to pick it up. So.
Also, Uniclear was announced. I talked about it earlier. But it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. I'm
excited for Jin to be in the game. I'm not. I hate ice characters.
I fucking love ice characters, so I'm very excited. I have a feeling if it's anything similar to like the last releases, I don't know. If they're going to prioritize arcade release over console release like they usually do, we'll get 2 new characters in the arcade release, and then we'll get 2 more new characters in the console release.
I'm hopeful we'll get it by holiday season 2020, but I could see it coming out in 2021 on consoles.
I don't know. So, I guess on consoles it would be a little longer away.
Yeah. So I'm hopeful that we get a universal release, but I don't know that'll happen.
Because I don't even think they announced a console with it when the trailer came out.
Nope. It's just
I think it is confirmed that it will be coming out on Switch, like through leaks.
It's like a rough confirm.
I mean, Arxis has been having a lot of fun putting all their games on Switch.
And I'm sure they're...
Why do we not have, like, Street Fighter V on Switch yet?
I don't know. Why don't we have it on, like, just anything but PS4 and PC?
Because, oh yeah, I guess you're right. They don't have... I wonder if Sony has, like, a deal with...
I think they do.
With Street Fighter.
I bet they do.
Yeah.
I bet they do. Well, just with Capcom in general, I bet they do.
That actually could be very likely.
Yeah, because obviously stuff gets released on other platforms, but it's always pushed on PS4.
Right.
So I bet Capcom does have some sweet deals with them, and they just really harp on it for big games like Street Fighter.
Oh, yeah, because they did put some... Capcom did some big Street Fighter tournament at Sony Expo or whatever, right? Yeah.
Well, and also all the Resi DLC came out on PS4 first. Remember that? So...
The console wars, baby. Oh shit, that just reminded me.
Now we get to deal with it on PC too.
That just reminded me that Death Stranding is like a month away from coming out.
Yeah, it's close. And all we've seen that is if you stare at his dick, he slaps you. That's all we've seen so far on that game.
Alright.
I've been buying games like crazy too. I hate that everything releases in the same couple months.
Dude, the Switch has been fucking killing me. I just haven't bought anything recently because there's so many games coming out within these past months. But we're already 30 minutes into this fucking podcast. We haven't even gotten to the... I guess we talked about ComboBreaker quite a bit and some stuff, but we wanted to really talk about the tournament experience because that was something we mentioned in the last podcast was, we were Melee boys. I think that's where we started.
Youngins.
Yeah, that's where we started was with Melee. I mean, before then, we played a lot of Street Fighter 4. We played... Killer Instinct. Marvel 3 before it was Ultimate. That was a long time ago, and then we played Ultimate as well.
So when we started, it was Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition and Marvel Ultimate. Yeah, those were the two.
Right.
So
we played those a lot, but when that was kind of just like casual fucking around.
Our first tournament was a Melee tournament.
Yeah, that was at DTJ's first date,
which you can go back and look at, and it's great. I remember when we went into solos and singles and doubles. Yes.
And our team name was Soft Shoe.
Yeah, because that's what we always put in the 4-letter tags.
In the 4-letter tags, we were Soft Shoe.
So, and it was a good experience.
Do you think if we went out to a tourney again that we'd go as competitive coffee if it were a doubles team? That'd be great.
They don't really do team names as much anymore.
That's sad.
They almost never do because people switch teammates so much.
I guess it's true.
People swap teammates so much now. Which kind of sucks.
What happened, man?
I don't know.
What happened to the grassroots, man?
What happened to Pew Fat?
What? Pew Fat.
Nah. What did happen to grassroots? I think a big issue with tournament culture now is that people have it too good. People don't know what it's like to drive for an hour to go to a 6-man weekly in the back of a card shop.
God, that takes me back. Just like hearing that.
I still do that.
Yeah. I mean, when I used to go to Guardian Games, Salty Sunday.
Yeah, it was like maximum. We were happy to see like 11 people.
Yeah.
And we drove an hour, and it was in.
Well, that was when we were having troubles with eBash.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And all we had were like those little rooms in the back or whatever. Yeah. It was hot as shit and the worst thing ever.
It was awesome. We were in the basement of a church. Homeless dude would ask us for rides.
Okay, so going back a little bit, we started at DTJ's first date. It was kind of an insane tournament experience because there were actually quite a few big wigs there. I remember what?
Zero was there.
Zero was there. We played quite a bit of Melee with Zero.
Yeah.
Which was really cool actually.
Yeah, it was.
I think
Gravy.
Who?
Gravy.
I don't remember.
Gravy was there. Zero was there. Gravy was there.
Right.
I don't know. I'd have to think.
Jay something. I can't remember.
Even back then, we hated Brawl.
We were playing like a little bit of Project M. We didn't get into Project M until a little bit later, though. Yeah.
Until like 3.6.
Right.
But after that, our state actually started a weekly tournament series called Salty Sunday, which was held at the basement of a church because that's the venue we had
in downtown.
Yep. And every Sunday we'd drive up there about 30 minutes, and
I remember that being like the first 2 weeks of doing that were like super terrifying.
Yeah, it was stressful
because we never really gone out to tournaments before, and not only that, but it was out in this place. Like if you've never been to Indy downtown, it's fucking terrifying, honestly.
It's not. I like the city. I don't like downtown Indy.
That spot though, that spot specifically was pretty stressful.
Yeah.
Thankfully, it was kind of on the edge of the downtown, so getting out back towards the interstate or whatever wasn't too bad.
It was basically like we would walk in there, and they would be like the people that did live close by would be like, all right, fucking watch yourself, by the way. Coming in and out of this weekly, like, watch it. Because, like, I'm going to walk home, but, like, fucking be careful.
But, you know, once you got past all the signs and then you got down into the basement, it felt like
dope.
home.
Yeah, it was dope. It was just dudes doing what they do.
It was a pretty big basement too. I remember that.
It was nice.
I have really fond memories of that basement.
Yeah.
And when I talk to other certain like indie smashers like Krieg and Nagy and stuff, they're always like, you know, it's super nostalgia. Like going back
it was a
to
good
that
time.
place. Yeah. I don't think games are held there like at all anymore.
Nope.
Because it got moved over to eBash.
And then that tanked.
Yeah. Honestly, is it weird to say that I feel like Indie Smash has been in like this weird limbo ever since the eBash situation? Like,
We'll help pick it up with Guardian Games.
Right. Because like eBash never felt felt like home.
Yeah, it was a business.
And I've heard that sentiment from a lot of people. And then Boss Battles was just kind of, again, it just never really. Yeah, it was good, but it just never felt. I think the main issue was that the church was pure melee, and it was a fairly big room, but
it was ran by the community.
Yeah, and it was just small enough that like you felt close to everybody.
Yeah, without being scrunched in at the same time.
Exactly.
But I feel like it's coming back because of a thing like Guardian Games.
Well, okay, and I think the other issue is that when Salty Sunday at the church was getting big, it was at the same time that Project M was getting really big.
Yeah, and that was a
sticky
subject.
We were all getting really invested on Project M, and I think that was the one thing that kept us together. Whereas I don't think Melee really tied everyone, because like even like all the Smash 4 boys and all the Melee boys were like together
for Project
M.
Yeah,
and it kind of brought us all together. I think more people watched Project M than Melee. More people certainly signed up for Project M.
Oh yeah, Project M were the biggest tourneys because it was fun.
Yeah, for sure. Even when they held a major at that Salty Sunday, we were in Colorado at the time, so we couldn't be there. But people
Project
like
M
Boss were like showing up and all that. Yeah, and they were. It was all Project M. That was the big thing. So, you know, now we don't have that anymore. And whenever I try to play Project M, I get bored within like. But it was a lot of fun. But then it kind of.
Back when Smash 4 and especially Smash Ultimate were just like a twinkle in father's balls. They weren't ready to be a child yet.
Right.
So like we had no idea any of that was gonna happen, let alone any of this with esports.
Smash 4 was such a weird hiccup for the community we were a part of when that happened. And we Indigo went to quite a few tourneys. Going over into about 2015, I think Indigo started going to more tourneys for other fighting games like Mortal Kombat and all that. Yeah. And I kind of
stopped.
Yeah, there was a point where I was going to eBash and I was like playing Marvel 3 and playing Under Night. But then I just kind of stopped. And then I played a little bit of like Dragon Ball, and that was a lot of fun when that originally came out. But I haven't went to a whole lot of tournaments since then.
And I still go, but I think a big portion of it is that's where my friends are.
Right.
Like my group of ragtag idiots never stopped playing fighting games. Yeah. Whereas you like the friends that we made at like Salty Sundays and stuff kind of moved on. I still had some youngins that just kept going. I mean,
I have people that I made friends through Salty Sunday who ended up playing other fighting games too. Like Krieg plays a lot of anime fighters.
Yeah, so we just don't go to tournaments.
Yeah. But, I mean, we talk more outside the tournaments than in, so I guess it's just moving on and getting busy with shit and all that. And can't pay for tournaments anymore like I used to be able to.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, man. I don't know how to describe it because the whole experience is
it's
like
person
no
to
other.
Person,
yeah.
And it depends on where you go first. Like everyone goes to. Some people choose to go to a huge national for the first tournament. That's fine. Some people just go to a dude's house. It's fine too.
Do you remember when we used to go to Blog Eye?
Oh shoot, yeah. Every Thursday we'd go to a dude's house and play Melee for like hours with 6 people in there. Hold the tournament that wasn't actually. It had no buy-in. We just played.
That was stupidly fun, dude.
It was fun. It's because it was half the time the tournament didn't happen because we just didn't care. We just wanted to play Melee.
There was something so cathartic about and I'm sure that many people who I don't know how easy it is to get into grassroots tournament scenes these days, like it used to be back then, because fighting games are a lot bigger now than they used to be.
Games in general too.
Yeah,
are just bigger.
Because when there was something so cathartic about going to a small venue every Sunday, and just you felt like you were like seeing like your second family, like
because
every
people
weekend.
Weren't interested in that stuff back then. Like they were, but it wasn't as open. Mm-hmm. So to find a group of people that could go up to like 20 people that all enjoyed what you liked was nice. It's like it's rewarding.
And it wasn't even until later down the line that people started coming in that we were having like issues with or whatever. Like, maybe that's just me with like rose tinted glasses, because I have very fond memories of especially some of the first few weeks there. All the way up until about even a little after Smash 4's release, it really was like a family. Like, we didn't always get along. People got salty and they fought and shit. But I mean, I always appreciate moments like that.
Yeah.
It was just so much fun to go there and see all those people again, and then, test your skills. You're basically like,
have I gotten better?
Exactly. Like every week was a little bit like,
you had your practice sessions in between then.
Yeah. And then you kind of gauged how you were compared to everybody else in that venue. At that moment, it was always about that one thing.
Yeah.
And then we started getting the streaming stuff, and that's all she wrote.
It kind of just slowly sort of tapered off and this is coming from someone who still stayed from all of Smash 4 and still is in it for Ultimate. It really did start kind of going downhill from being just like this fun thing for people to do once Smash 4 was released and a little bit after. And that's always going to happen, because that's what happened with a lot of communities when Street Fighter V came out. It just started to sort of taper down, and then it has to build itself back up. That's why sequels are tough. I don't know how anime players do it.
Right. I don't know if this is just me. Maybe it's many other players. Maybe you do get bored of it after a while. I'm sure you could tell me because you go to tournaments more often. But for anybody who's going to a tournament for the first time, it's going to be a little scary. But nothing will beat the feeling of sitting next to the guy that you're facing and
dapping it up.
Yeah.
No, because I made a tweet that when I was going to ComboBreaker, that it was essentially like me being able to say, like, on Twitter, even though I don't use it, like, hey, is Indigo at ComboBreaker? That doesn't get old. It's fun. Yeah. It's like there's something nice about being, for the next 3 days, I'm just playing games, dude. I ain't doing nothing.
With people.
Yeah.
You're experiencing when Marvel Infinite first came out, because I had not been to a tournament
in almost a year. I think,
in a very long time. Oh, I think it might have been longer than that, actually.
It might have.
Oh yeah, no, it was in 2017, I believe. So that would have been like 2 years or so, 2.5.
Yeah.
Hadn't been there in a very long time. I went out to boss battles and we played Marvel Infinite,
and everyone remembers you. That's always fun too.
That too. But not only that, but like sitting down, plugging in your controller, and starting your bracket match. I mean, playing fighting games locally with players is just never going to fucking get old. Like, it just does not feel the same as playing online.
And you know me, I don't play online. Even if no one wants to play the fighting game with me, I'm not going to play it online. I'm going to just lab. Because I don't like it. I don't like playing games online. And that's not to say it's bad to play games online. It's probably better if I did. But I personally won't do it. I don't like playing fighting games online.
The experience of going up against the guy that is sitting right next to you. Like, it feels like it's completely even playing ground.
Yeah.
And there's like almost like there's a sense of like connection.
Yeah, just between you and the opponent.
Yeah, exactly. It just never gets old. No matter what game
I would agree.
Or what tournament
I don't think that'll ever get old, even if I'm doing this when I'm 35.
And I remember that feeling being very exciting the first time I ever went out to a tournament.
Dude, sitting down just to play one game after like essentially waiting in line to play 0 is nutty.
Yeah.
It's nutty.
Awesome. Yeah.
And yeah, no, even at ComboBreaker, it's still like that. Just like, and people always say this, but I don't think a lot of people take it into account, because I didn't, and I don't blame anyone for not. When you go, walk up to a setup with 2 people, not 3. Walk up to a setup with 2 people, and be like, yo, can I get next? Because, like, it doesn't matter. You could you could be a Mortal Kombat player, and you could walk up to Sonic Fox and Tweed, whatever his name is, I can't remember, and be like, yo, can I get next? And if they're just sitting in the middle and it's like 6 a.m., they're gonna be like, yeah, dude.
Typically, I have almost never had a situation where
I get turned down.
I get turned down or I turn somebody else down.
Yeah.
Because what's the
And I'm not a people's person. Like, but if someone walks up to me and they're like, yo, I see you're just in the training room, you trying to play, it's like, yeah,
you want to get them friendlies, man.
It.
Yeah. It's that sense of connection.
It's like, to give you an example, I'm good at Mortal Kombat. I'm much above average at Mortal Kombat. I don't play it as much as I should, but I'm waiting for Sindel, and then I'll play it again. But I went to ComboBreaker, and I sat down at a thing at one point with ketchup and mustard, and I was just like, y'all trying to play games? It was like 5 a.m. No one else was awake, and they were just like, yeah, we're awake. Let's do it. And I went over there and I played some games. No one, it doesn't matter who it is, just ask.
It doesn't matter how bad you are either.
Yeah, if people want to see you suck, and if you say like, this is my first tournament, do you know how excited people get hyped?
People want to kick the shit out of you
so you get better,
to teach you.
They want you to come back like 3 years later and be like, yo, I played you 3 years ago, and that, kick the shit out of
that feeling is so fucking immeasurable, because when I went to I remember that was my number one goal when I went to my first Melee tournament, and I got absolutely destroyed back and forth. I was like, I'm gonna be as good as these people one day. And I remember playing a Project M match, and I won a Mario versus Mewtwo. This was when Mewtwo was new, and a lot of people were getting very good at him very quickly. And I won that set against a player that was
whooping your ass most of the time.
Yeah, I think it was Sovereign. He was an incredible player at the time. I'm sure he's much better now if he still plays. Beating him in that set and seeing the salt it's just enlightenment.
Yeah.
Like, you feel yourself getting better, and there's no better feeling. And that's even more amplified when you're playing like a squads match and you happen to be like the fucking MVP.
Yeah. Because with my group, we've done crew battles, and I've done incredibly well, and we've actually realized over time too, and this is a great feeling for me, because I don't like singles in Smash that much anymore, because I just don't care enough to really push myself. I'd rather push myself in Mortal Kombat or something. But we'll play teams, and if I'm, even without carried, because like I can carry the other person in teams, I can compete with big dudes in teams because I actually care about how I'm playing. And that's a nice feeling to be like, even though I'm not technically good by standards, one of my really good friends that goes out of state to nationals and wins shit will be like, are you trying to team? Because we can win this. And be like, yeah. And then we win it. And if I do incredibly well, that's an awesome feeling.
It feels great.
Yeah. Because I've been in teams matches where I carry the person that I have no business even playing with, and I'm like, there we go.
Yeah,
I did it.
That's actually a
glow up.
Really interesting thing to say, because more and more over time, I mean, I still enjoy playing singles, but if a game has a team mode in it, I tend to always gravitate towards that. Yeah,
I do too.
Because it's always so funny, because I remember we'd be playing at like Blah Guy's house or Nagy's house or whatever, and it's like, yo, you want to play doubles? And nobody's really a huge fan of doubles.
Hates doubles.
When I'm sitting here like, man, doubles is like my favorite way to play. Yeah.
Yeah.
But, and I completely agree with you, because I was talking to Krieg a while ago, which he came in a little later in Salty Sundays. It was still when we were at the church.
He didn't come in till a little bit after Project M.
This is actually also something else I would like to talk about, because there is like that weird, like, almost high school drama-ish aspect to, like, I know a lot of people would find it really annoying, but there is I think it's just because everyone's so close, so when somebody new comes in, It's kind of
who
like,
the hell is this guy?
who's this guy? And when Krieg came in specifically, because we were talking about this a while ago.
It's like, who the fuck is this guy? And then he wins.
Yeah, it's like
with Kirby.
Yeah, we're talking.
Like, what the fuck?
I'm talking to like one of my friends at the time, and I'm sitting there like, yo, holy shit.
That dude's whooping with
Kirby.
Kirby.
Who is this like Project M Kirby that's fucking everyone up in this tournament right now? And he ended up being one of my best friends, but that was so awesome at the time. And he was telling me, because we were talking about this, he was telling me like he remembers one of the first crew battles, because it was one of the first weeks he came, was when we were doing a crew battle, which those are always my favorite.
Yeah.
He was like a fucking MVP. I mean,
he killed it.
Yeah.
I remember that.
His Kirby sides are insane in Project M.
One of my best clips is on GR Smash, and it's in teams.
Yeah, I remember that.
Of ridiculousness.
Maybe I'll throw it in the description of this video, but I actually made, a very long time ago, I made a highlight reel of Salty Sunday February, I think.
Yeah, the Valentine's Day stuff.
Yeah, exactly. I'll have to throw that in the description, because it's still one of my favorite videos to go back to. One of those clips where Indigo gets a Luigi misfire coming back and hits...
In a 2v1.
Yeah.
And I beat two people I had no business beating.
It was Nagy and...
Photonic.
That's what his name was. Yeah, it was Photonic. Holy shit. It takes me back just like hearing his username.
I know, because he's not around as much anymore. He's a damn doctor making big bucks.
Yeah, you hit Photonic Chic, and he star KO'd before you hit the bottom of the stage, which is honestly insane. It did make it on GR Smash, which was really
Which,
cool.
for those fighting game dudes who don't know what GR Smash is, maybe. GR Smash is just the compilation channel for Smash, or at least it was at the time. It's not so much anymore.
Yeah, it's not.
It was like the compilation.
I remember when GR Smash used to be so big.
I know.
Now, like, I mean, I guess I don't really watch fighting game compilations.
There are better compilation channels nowadays.
Yeah.
And even stuff like this is what makes going to tournaments worth it. Because, like, the fact that we can just ramble is, like, good.
Honestly.
It's like...
You never forget those experiences.
Yeah, you don't. You just remember that, like, randomly. It's stuff that sticks in your head. So...
Easily. So, I would definitely say... You know, if you're really interested in a fighting game, or you're really passionate about one, or maybe you're not and you just want to see what it's all about, because I know one of my friends did some time ago.
Yeah, lots of people go to tournaments and don't play fighting games.
Yeah. If you're willing to make the drive, spare some change, and
or have someone drive you, everyone's happy to get someone to a tournament.
Just check it out. You know, you might be surprised at how much you enjoy it, because I had a lot of fun doing those things. I would like to go back to tournaments again one day.
Yeah, and I still go. At least probably once every couple weeks I'm at a tournament.
I just haven't. I've been so busy lately.
I haven't been going as much lately either.
It sucks, dude.
It does suck.
But at least I'm still playing fighting games.
Yeah, we're still doing that. We got to do it over tomorrow. We're playing a lot of fighting games.
Yeah, Brian will be coming over tomorrow, so I'm sure we'll be
sick.
I'm sure we'll be playing a lot as usual. And you know, we're kind of jumping off the topic here, since this podcast will be ending here in a moment. But just talking about what's coming up in the future. You know, we've talked about this in the last podcast too. Don't take everything with a grain of salt,
because we don't have schedules. We have real life schedules.
Yeah, exactly. So it kind of, whenever it works out, it works out. But
most of the time it doesn't, unfortunately.
Yeah. Now that I have a PC, a functioning PC that can do shit, Latte's Combo Lab is definitely coming back. I'm going to make myself do it. We are going to record games. I don't know when that's going to be. You just can't tell.
Yeah, it's there, but when, I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Whenever
life.
Because we wanted to do like Dragon Ball for like the longest time, and we
man,
just never
it's
done
just
it.
hard to bring yourself to set it up, because by the time you're done setting up all the recording shit, you don't feel like playing anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like
that in our heyday with that game, and some of the games
over.
that we wanted to play have kind of ended. Yeah.
So I just want to like go back and play Tekken again or something.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
It's like I don't really.
I think Under Night. I think that's gonna happen.
Yeah. We still.
Yeah. For sure.
We play that anyway. That's the thing though. I only want to play the games I already play now. I'm not as big on like new releases.
Yeah.
Because I know which fighting games I like at this point, and certain ones I just fucking hate. Like, we're probably never ever making a cross tag video.
Honestly, probably never.
I don't like that game. I just don't.
I had a lot of fun making the combo video for that game, but I have no. I actually have a unlisted video on this channel. I've gone back and forth about releasing it, but I actually was working on a combo lab for DBZ, like Logic's Combo Lab Part 2.
I just got bored of it.
I just kind of lost interest in it.
Yeah.
Didn't really feel like doing it anymore. And I kind of feel the same about cross tag. I don't really even play it all that much anymore, so I don't know why I would want to make a video on it.
Yeah.
So
don't want to force anything.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I don't want to force myself to play something that I don't want to play.
Yeah.
But again, that's not acting like that's every fighting game. We have like a ton of fighting games that we do want to be playing.
Yeah. We still have to. I want to try Omen of Sorrow.
Dude,
I still want to play that game.
At some point. Yeah.
I want to try. J-Stars is on Game Pass now, so we gotta play that.
Oh no, not J-Stars.
Or Ultimate.
Jump
Force.
Jump Force, yeah.
Jump Force is on, so we gotta play that now. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying that game, but I will try to play it.
Jump Force, dude.
I'm not buying it, but I will play it. So
absolutely. And then there's like even like non-fighting games that we've wanted to
just record just for fun,
just
like
for
puzzle
fun.
Games.
Yeah.
I play a lot of Tetris.
I actually really have been in the mood to play like Blade Strangers and
Blade Arcus.
Blade Arcus from Shining.
Yeah.
Those would be really fun videos. Those games are fucking great, by the way. We need to play the Crystal Crisis or whatever.
Oh, that's right.
The Blade Strangers puzzle fighter. Yeah.
We need to play that too.
The game looks great.
It does look great. But at the same time, so you're primarily an artist at this point. That's what you do. I play a lot of shooters, man. I play fighting games with other people, but as far as solo, I don't play them as much at the moment. Which is mostly because I'm just waiting for this sort of dry spot of stuff I'm actually interested in.
Right.
Which is mostly just waiting for like Sindel to come out, and Street Fighter V's just not killing it for me right now, so I don't really feel like playing it. But I mean, I've just been playing like Destiny, came out on Steam. Borderlands 3, I'm playing that. Code Vein.
Right, Code Vein just came out recently.
So it's just been like the new releases are too good for me to play fighting games right now, because all three of those games are godlike.
I honestly feel really similar. I mean, I've been putting, although it's not even that I've been like waiting on anything. I've just, all of my focus has completely went into Under Night by this point. I don't think I've been playing like another fighting game like for a while now, because whenever I feel like playing another fighting game, I'm just like, man, I just want to play Under Night instead.
Yeah, so for me mostly it's just been like, who wants to play a game? And someone's like, Ultimate? And I'm like, Smash Ultimate, I'm good. Let's do it. I've
actually been having a lot of fun with Smash Ultimate recently.
Banjo.
Yeah, because Banjo. We are definitely going to do a video on that game.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Captain Falcon.
I also, I talked to one of my friends last night, because I was telling him, like, or not last night, but a couple of nights ago, so I'm like, we got to get back into the podcast thing. I'm glad that we're finally doing it.
Yeah.
But we do want to bring on other people to be able to do it with us. So I'm sure that we will have more people like Brian. We probably won't do it tomorrow.
No, probably not.
But we'll do it sometime.
Oh, we might actually. We don't have internet tomorrow, so we might.
Oh yeah,
you never know.
You're not wrong.
We might end up doing it.
But just a lot of plans for the future. Possibly, it's whatever works out for us. Obviously, you can find us in the links below in the description.
You can't really find me. I'm gonna be honest.
I'll put your link that you have currently, but don't be surprised.
I change it a lot because I just don't feel like using it and da 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 da. I'm not active anyway.
Don't be surprised if you are watching this in the future and that link doesn't work anymore or something.
Or if it hasn't been updated in like 6 months or something.
You can find our Twitch channels, our Twitters, and all that other shit. I guess that's it.
I'm also honestly, I'm just gonna leave my fucking Discord in the description. You want to talk? Let's talk. You play games? Let's play games. I'm not popular. I'm not popular. I'll just
and
leave
if you go to my
down
Twitter,
there.
you can actually check out my Discord server.
Yeah, he's got a server as well because he's a popular boy.
Yeah.
But I don't use social media, so I'll leave my Discord, and if anyone ever watches this and they're like, dude, Mortal Kombat, then let's play Mortal Kombat. I'm cool with that.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, I'll start doing that because I'm not a social media person. I don't even use my Twitch, even though I do like stream once a blue moon. So
yeah.
But yeah,
thank you all so much for watching. You know, check us out.
Yeah, if you come back, that's crazy. If people still watch this stuff, that's insane. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully we'll have another podcast episode out sometime from now. Yeah, maybe some other stuff. So bye everybody.
Peace.
Thank you for joining us.